Also, Iran maybe mining Hormuz. That is news to me. Now oil is dramatically selling off. So it's interesting. Not really sure what exactly to make of all of this, but nonetheless, we're still here. We're still trading, and we're surviving. So, U.S. intelligence assets have begun to see indications Iran is taking steps to deploy mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, but those aren't just like normal mines, right? Like those are like dirty bombs. They're not. It's not a great thing. These rumors of escalation definitely not something we're looking forward to at all. But the market seems to have shaken it off pretty nicely there, which is good. We like to see Green Day, which is what we saw yesterday, and a little bit of follow through from that today, but not much to the upside. In other news, we got some big news this week. We've got CPI, PPI, and the Fed next week, and there is our commodities expert, Jeff, back. He's here today. How are you feeling, Jeff? You feeling better?
I'm doing just fine and dandy.
That is great news, my friend. Great news. My camera is doing the thing again.
I was just focusing on me fly fishing in your background there.
I know that guy back there. He's fishing. At least he asked to fish on the property. I'll give him that. He knocked on the door and asked to fish, so I told him it was okay. Um, but man, we were missing you yesterday, Jeff. Me and Alex were running it, and we did actually in your stead. We took some silver calls, man, and they paid out this morning.
There you go. There you go.
So we were kind of looking at the flows. We saw a lot of bullish flow coming in on it. I said, well, you know what Jeff would say?
Buy
Buy it.
silver.
Yep. So we bought some calls and cashed out this morning. So it
There
was
you go.
nice.
There you
Good
go.
win right there. And now we've got rumors of boots on the ground in Iran. So the market's now digesting that news and crazy times.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you watch crude. I mean, one thing I was amazed at, I mean, I had to get up at what was it, 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So I didn't see any of the market hardly at all yesterday. And I come in this morning, I'm like, well, where is everything? And I looked over and crude oil was at $90. And I was
Yep.
just like, well, that's where I left it on Friday. That's exactly where it was. And so I
That's
opened up the
exactly.
chart on crude and the stupid thing ran to $119. And then they tanked it off to 76 today because, well, we have ships that are guarding the tankers going through the Strait of Hormuz. And then they come out and say, well, not really. And so cruise jumped from 76 to 83 now. So you
I
want
know.
some implied volatility? There you go.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Uh, these candlesticks these past couple days, yesterday, today, this morning, like on SPX, have just been insane.
Oh, yeah. Try to
Nuts,
do some
man.
condors in that market.
Yeah, yeah. It's I have a I have a spread right here at the 100-day 695. So we'll see if that works out for me. But I was worried it was touching down there for a second.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought it was like so. This is like I would say this is a pretty significantly important metric, folks. Basically, if we close below this 100, that's probably bad. Um, if we can close
I would
above the
agree.
100, though, that's probably pretty good. Uh, we shall see. I know that everybody went risk off, wars averted, it's going to be over. Trump said basically everything. War is going ahead of schedule. Anybody else here? We have Larry here. Anybody else talking? What's up? I haven't seen
Yeah,
nobody else jumping in the chat.
I know. We got Larry with us. Larry is the man.
Um,
Who won on silver yesterday? That was a
oh
free. That
yeah.
was from the free ride, baby. And it was also on the wave. I don't know if you saw that. I was poking around last night. I did the right there. Yeah. Yeah, I was doing the wave last night on the evening edge and I was just poking around. I said, how about that? The call
Hmm.
signal here on silver. I was like, I bet that runs in the morning.
Yeah.
9%.
Yeah. It was yeah, we were looking, I mean, silver could go up, but let's just say so Trump said yesterday that like we're ahead of schedule. People interpreted that as war-ending news. The war is going to be over. I don't know why they did that because it didn't say that,
No.
really. They just said it's ahead of, and he's also, and man, I'll tell you, I think Trump is the most powerful president since like FDR probably because he can create and wipe out trillions of dollars in assets basically in a tweet. So that's what
Did
he
you
did yesterday. He
did you
added a
see where
couple.
the Treasury is going to be buying 15 billion of their own debt back?
One of the what was that? I saw. I let me see if I was gonna drop that to my channel, but so let's get to, so. But what I'm saying, guys and gals, the war's not over. You should not be going full port into calls because that's a. I don't think we're out of the woods yet.
Mhm.
Um, we took an XLE position. I'm still kind of bullish on XLE. I don't. I know we're down on that position. The stock is down. The ETF is down today. But what if the war goes on? Because crap is about to hit the fan if that's the case. So I would just say you can play the ciphers, you can play the wolves, you can play all the stuff that's high beta that's pumping today, at least was. But keep some hedges there in your trading, right? Don't go full port because if something happens, this war is not resolved um by I don't know. I think that this week, or Tuesday here, I think if it goes into the end of the week, it's not clearly resolved. We're going to see a sell-off on Friday. I will say that this 100 moving average here, if we close above that, that's bullish. But if we try so hard today to get above this puppy and we close below it, which we look like we're going to do, um, potentially, we'll see. It's crazy volatility. Uh, that's going to be, I think that would be structurally bad. I really do. I think for the markets, if we go to close with this 100 again, we drop below it. We tested it, sold off, couldn't beat it, tried to beat it today. I do think that, today, maybe we try again tomorrow. But I think you got to be really wary if we do fail to close above the 100 today about what's coming. It could be a little. Again, this is only we did this yesterday. It was crazy. It's only a 2% sell off, right? So that's not really a significant sell off. 4%. Well, now it's like I guess from to the lows. I guess a little higher than that. Was it 5%? 4.4%. 4.5. So just be cautious. Like there's, even in a bit bull market, there's larger drawdowns that can take place, 10, 15%. That would put us, I think it'd put us below the 200 actually if we got one of those. Let's see. Uh, yeah, so that would put us, let's just say we get a 10% correction from the tops on SPX. That puts us all the way back here to August. So the whole this whole run up from August, I mean, this exponential run up just erased. So be cautious. That's all I have to say, for the macro side, at least on the index.
So there goes 7 months of the market.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it happens, I mean, it could not happen. Like we could be good.
Yeah.
Um, but could also not be. Uh, so I don't know. I don't know. Be cautious. Not to, also everything might end and everything's Gucci. I mean, I'm not a panican. I do think this war seems to be going pretty good for America. Uh, but just think about that. Always think about the downside risks.
just this
So
volatility, man. We got I was telling Jeff, I was like, we still have PPI, we still have CPI, we still have the FOMC next week. Like the market is getting no rest at all from this news. Like this is going to be a trader's dream compared to the crud we've been seeing the last couple months. I mean, it's not bad.
yeah, I mean, if you're, there is opportunity, but again, like I said, you take longer dated out or you take shorter intraday stuff. I would like weeklies. I'm kind of, I would stay away from. I'm staying away from them. I can't tell you what to do. Do what you want, man. Go full port, into whatever you want, whenever you want. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Weeklies are not. I'm not trying to trade weeklies on long spreads, on long options. So, um, yeah. So yeah, I know this morning was good for. I mean, it's easy when the markets go up, right? So basically, just try and survive. Like you don't need to make. If you, it was a lot easier to make money from here to here, even to. This kind of got tough. But especially since from here to here it was easy to make money. So if you made a lot, don't give it up. Just forget it. You won. You're up. On a rolling 12-month basis, right? You're up. Preserve capital. Do longer term. The reason you want to do longer term stuff is that, and the reason you don't want to do weeklies is because the weeklies, that decay, right? You don't have a lot of space for this to happen, right? Oh my God, stocks are pumping. You're like, I need to get in. Oh, we're mining Hormuz. Stocks sell off. You have until Friday. It's Tuesday. If you don't get that recovery by Thursday on your position, you're going to be really, really hard pressed to get it, uh, you know, by the expiration. You're going to be hard pressed to make up that loss. Now, if you have April 17th or May, starting to get into May at this point, even expiration wise, yeah, it can go up and you'll be hurting. Maybe you'll be down 10, 20%, maybe even more. But guess what? You have 2 or 3 months for it to come back. So you don't have to be too worried. As long as, if the flows are there, the structure on the chart's there, you can, rest a little easier. Um, so yeah, Chief, weeklies on nothing. I'm not doing weeklies on anything on long calls or spreads because it's too volatile. If you want to sell premium, you can do that. It's not bad because you can sell premium if you want. I mean, it's a high volatility environment, which is good for that. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents, folks. I mean, take of it what you want. You don't have to listen to me. That's just my thoughts on
Okay, I'll log out then.
it. So I mean, Jeff, what are we looking at though? I mean, I don't. Again, this is what I'm saying. I know you were gone, but we were talking about this on Friday too. I just like don't really know what to do still. I did play XLE and Alpha Flows because I think it's good to have a hedge. I honestly, personally, I don't think this war is going to be wrapped up as snugly and as quickly, at least. Maybe snugly, but not
Ty- Type
not
up in your symbol Soxel.
quickly.
What the heck is this thing?
Well, let's see what the net flows are though. So counter trend premium is actually, which means the calls. SOXL is a what? Is this the levered?
Well, I just saw it on there about, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. Like, holy Moses, look at all the puts on this thing.
Right. So semis are doing great today. Um, like let's go to semis. Let's
So
look at
is
our.
it an inverse SOX then?
No, no,
No?
it's a 3x.
Oh, it's a 3X. Okay.
So if semis sell off, this goes down.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
just a 3X long.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of SMH puts too, folks. SMH is just the ETF. We can go over to SMH. That's for just the ETF for semis. Um, let's see what the total. So we are in a put regime on this, right? The trend line on SMH, we're actually below the 20. which is this yellow line or orangish line here, right here. So that's going to be, remember on the dashboard, if you use alpha flows, you're only going to see the puts in that case, but you can come over here and you can see the calls. And in this case, um, we have 9.8 million worth of calls, $21.4 million worth of so like 2.3 times more puts coming in on trend premium
Yeah,
than calls. So you know, that's uh
bearish.
worrying. And you have, I mean, are there any bright lights? So we looked at Soxel. Let's look at Soxel. What's the okay? So we have more puts than calls on that. We have more puts and calls than SMH. Let's see what's Nvidia doing. Nvidia.
I read something about them doing an AI thing.
They're yeah, so they're trying to basically kill OpenAI, I think, right? Isn't that what this it is? Trying to
Well,
kill OpenAI by investing in like another sort of AI startup that's like Claude or OpenAI, but it will also just use their chips. So they don't have to buy them.
right.
So creating a little bit of a monopoly here. Which is
Yeah, I was
pretty
gonna say
clever.
that saves a ton of money if you don't have to buy the chips.
Yeah.
You just make them.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. Pink Sparkles, I'm glad to know that. Good. You're picking the right stocks. If your calls are if you're taking calls and they're going up, I don't know what you're trading. I'd be curious. I mean, we're still, we got SLV. There's still stuff to trade. I'm just saying, be cautious because things can reverse. There's a lot of whipsaw action here. So if you're doing great, if you're doing great, keep on going. I just don't, I'm not, I think it's, I think we have some risk here. I'm not going to I'm not really being gloomy. I'm just saying be cautious because it's not going to, your positions can reverse significantly uh overnight or intraday even. So, um,
All it
that's
takes is one tweet.
all it takes is one tweet. We were down here at like, I don't know, 1 or maybe 2:30. I think we were on here when the tweet, or not the tweet, but the report that Trump said, hey, we're wrapping up this war. And I mean, this is the whole candlestick was like in the last hour and a half of the day, which is insane. Um, so I don't know. There's always stuff to play. Let's see if, I don't know, anything on your radar, Jeff?
Well, the only thing that I've found to be enticing maybe a little bit is go over to your, I don't know what name you call it, nukes. Is that what you have it? Chernobyl. That's what it is. So mine's over here is called nukes. So, but
Yeah, I know. I confuse myself sometimes. I'm like, where's my nuclear stock? Oh yeah,
but you'll
Chernobyl.
notice these guys are trying to move up. Of course, they've been
I
bottoming
know.
out,
I know.
and I've been waiting for them to kind of catch a bid, and I think they're starting to catch that bid now.
I think so too. I mean, we took an NXC trade in Wave Trader today.
Oh, cool.
There was a signal printed out. Yep. So, and look, it was kind of cool because it was right at the top of the value area line, the profit target, as well as the volume profile. So, and one thing I didn't think about is like, I guess if, I mean, it doesn't work necessarily like this, but like if oil is selling off, it's like you got to have other energy sources. Could be good for nuclear, bullish tailwinds for nuclear.
Yeah. Well, all the fuel guys out there, I say the fuel guys, uh the gas station people. I'll put it that way. Um, there used to be apparently a biofuel tax credit that was, whichever administration, I assume it's Biden, Obama, or whatever it is, administration had on there. And I guess Trump got rid of it just because, well, there's all that stuff. But they're wanting it back because the price of, gasoline's gone up so fast because of Iran, right?
Yeah.
Well, if they had that tax credit, they wouldn't have to charge as much at the pump because they have ethanol in there. And that's another thing. Trump said, "Hey, use ethanol, but we're going to take the tax credit away from you." So,
Yeah, right.
and so they're like, "Can we have that back, please? We can make it a whole lot cheaper at the pump. We get that tax credit back." And so there's kind of a debate in the ag committee or whatever it is that they use over there about that. So we might see prices start to correct back a little bit if they're going to give them that tax credit. So just beware of that
For gas.
for gas.
And
Yeah,
so
that'll bring crude oil and gasoline down.
is that
So,
like good? Is that good for Cargill?
well, yeah, I mean, all the biofuels will have a tax credit, well, U.S. wise. I mean, we're not, I don't think
What's
they give
Car
them to the
is
world.
Cargill, are they publicly traded?
Cargill,
Yeah,
use ConAgra,
ConAgra.
CAG.
Wait, yeah, yeah. Well, not a great chart, but I think the thesis is good.
Mm-hmm. But I think you'll see them perk up real fast if that happens. So
Yeah. I wonder if there's any like, yeah, there's not going to be any because it's all against the trend. Um, yeah, interesting. The nuclear stocks are interesting because I that you say that because I noticed them too. And one thing that's wild about the nuclear stocks, let me show you guys something, you guys and ladies. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. Okay, Oklo's not it doesn't. Look at this. Okay, look at NXE, DNN, CCJ, UUU,
yeah,
NLR, URA, Lose not, but BWXT to some extent. Not CG, not that. But I mean, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, seven. Seven out of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. More than half, they all have the same chart. It's crazy.
yeah. And I was just kind of watching them, and some of them are breaking above all the averages. Some of them are breaking above some of the longer term ones and stuff like that. So I think it's something we need to definitely stick on our radar.
Yeah, I think so. Well, let's go ahead and let's look and see if we got any flows here. We can check out. I don't know if we have any NXC. I looked for NXC before I
Look at CCJ or UEC or one of those guys.
CCJ, maybe UUU.
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing on CCJ. UUUUU. Puts. Is that just because it was up today? Only? Let's see. Let's see. Could get rid of the wave indicator. Let's see the moving averages, and they're beautiful. Okay, so it's still below. Yeah, so that's the one limitation here. We can see the on-trend premium though, if it'll load. So we actually I don't know why it's not saying any flows.
We were just looking at them, weren't we?
There we go. So these are where we at with UUUU? 2079, 21 in the money. Out of the no, 21's out of the money. Base just out of the money for last week, but that came in. We had some 417 $25, 417 $25. This is a big order. 66% at 35% IV. Little high IV, but everything's going to be high right now. Um, this came in like what, 7, 8 days ago, last week. All right. So keep UUUU. Let's see if the people are still in UUUU. That was for April 17th. What was that? The 25?
Let's see, April 17.
It looks like everybody's still in it. Though I will say, if you look at April 17th, look at the this one's farther out of the money. Probably gooder, probably better just because it's still a little cheaper. There's a ton of open interest though on the other one as well, on the 22. Yeah, so open interest is still high. It's been hot, it's been holding highs basically since it was entered.
There's actually quite a bit on the 30s also.
Is there? Oh, yeah, you're right.
And the calls definitely outdo the puts side on open interest.
All right, let's see. Okay, so let's just look. Let's just make sure. URA. Is there anything for URA? There's
Well,
Kura.
looking at
Um,
the chain, the 55 calls for April 17th have 18,000 open interest.
which one?
That's the 55 call, and the 60 calls got 14,000. Man,
Oh, for UEC.
that's URA that you were
Oh,
using.
URA. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then what's the other ticker? URA, BWXT. Because the charts look like this, I think it's probably better just to pick the ETF because all the charts look the same. So it's like
Hmm.
they're all going to move basically the same, which is crazy. I mean, they are like spitting images of each other, man. Um, okay, we looked at CCJ, right? And we saw I was looking at UUUU. Which one were you looking at? The one you're talking about, the 50. Was
That
that
was
you?
URA
Okay, URA.
that you were just looking at.
Let's see.
And if you do April 17, you got a lot in the 55s and the 60s, open interest wise.
Yeah. Um, UUUU is energy fuels. So URA would be the CCJ is Camco. I guess URA is probably the one to play then. That's the
Yeah.
ETF. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh, wait. Let's see. Huh.
Even Duke Energy looks like that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird, man. I'm telling you, this is all the charts all this is the basket, the pump and dump baskets.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, what do you think? So I know I said UUU. I don't have anything to tether. I mean, I know I said URA because it's just ETF.
Hmm.
UUUU, or was I looking at what was I typing in here? UUUU. So I just don't have anything to tether. I don't know. So open interest is falling. You can see it over here on URA. So we'll do a little bit of investigation. And if you look at this, so you see these contracts. This is what Jeff was talking about. There's a lot of open interest here. There's a lot of open interest here, 55 and 60, and there's really not much put interest at all.
No.
Um, but if you copy this and go over to the charts, you'll see something that's interesting. I'm just gonna go, we wouldn't play the we'd play the 60s probably because they're cheaper. So
Right.
I'm just gonna copy those. So check this out. So this is open interest. This is that line we always look at, which it's falling, but the problem is that I don't know when the it was open. So, well, I guess we kind of do. I guess we can kind of guesstimate it. So people have been getting out of UUUU because,
It's been correcting back.
sorry, URA. They've been getting out of URA because open interest is 18,000, or sorry, it's 14,726. And it never peaked up. It's just been steadily going down, I guess, since the massive orders were created on it back here. So that's what gives me pause. And if we look, but then if we look at UUUU, this might be, pinching, or just not really that important, just because I do think if UUUU goes up, URA will go up as well. But let's just do it because it's importance, at least, to just get an idea. You see how UUUU's open interest has stayed high and stable, even despite um the sell-off. Plus, the volatility is going down a little bit, which could give us another chance to get a volatility pop. Does everybody see this though? Everybody knows what I'm talking about? Like open interest versus the other one where it's like do down. This one is like it's
Holding firm.
this has been holding firm. So it's also a little cheaper than URA, which I like.
Yep.
Um, so I don't know. What do you think about the UUUU $25?
25s for April 17.
Yeah.
Um, that's 38 days. If you, well, I was thinking the 30s are, man, they're almost a third of the price.
Let me go back to
Open interest is still pretty good on them.
That's true. We could square the difference and do 29 because I guess we could do that just has more volume today, but I think 43 volume would be okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, as much as open interest as we got, I think we could get into those real easy. What the
What
market makers are for.
which ones? The 30s?
Yeah,
Or
we can do the 30s. I don't think we'd have any problem getting filled on those. And they're going to be somewhere right around 55, 56 cents probably.
okay.
Midpoint's 56.
Lee is saying UUU is squeezing hard on his indicator. All right. Let's do it. UUU buy to open 17 April 26. You said $30 calls just one more time, right?
30 call. 30.
All right. There you are. So it's a 20 delta. So basically, if every dollar moves up, I mean, it's not a bad delta because it's like if it moves up a dollar, we're up 30%, 50%, 15 delta. So about, yes, okay. Moves up a dollar roughly. I was looking at the wrong one. Which one was it looking at? All right, 17 April. Looking at 56 cents, maybe. I'll try 55.
Yeah, I just got 55.
I'll try
Right.
54.
And it filled it immediately. So yeah, I drive 54.
Now it's going up to 56. I'm gonna try 55. I got 55 too.
Okay. Coolio. You.
Barry's already in you. He has got a, well, you got elite. Not elite, sorry. That's just a far dated option. Larry got 55. People are saying there's a cup and handle. Is that a cup and handle? You know, I've never been good at spotting cup and handles. This is a cup. Oh, this is a cup. Handle. Boom. Okay. I see. MJ got 50? What the heck, dude?
Build at 50.
I don't know how you did that.
I don't either. I was trying to get
I'm break
54.
even. Yeah, I'm break even on 55. Well, you're already up. Good job. I don't know, man. You're working your magic. The magician over here. Uh,
Yeah, Vera got 54.
oh, nice. Let's check in on SPX. Woo! It is gonna be tight, tight, tight today. Oh, here we go, Jeff. This is what we were looking for. Let's check this out.
Dollar?
Yeah. We looked at this yesterday and it was hitting the resistance line. But look, remember how we were like, let's not take this? Yeah, honestly, you were like, let's not take this because of the 200. Look at that. It did not want to cross that 200 moving average.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It
we are
did.
getting calls on it now. Where is it? How much? Let's see. Is it just one? Going for 28, which is actually still under the oh no, that's over. Oh wow, that doesn't really move much.
No, it's a real small mover. The chart looks real big, but it's only like a couple of bucks.
Yeah, this move was crazy in January. Does have some crazy moves. It got some gaps though.
Yeah.
So run us through the dollar strengthening scenario here.
All right. So the dollar index is just a basket of the dollar versus various stocks. When I say stocks, currencies. You got the yen and the Australian dollar, and you got the British pound, and you have the Swiss franc, and blah, blah, blah. So it basically goes off of that. And if you trade FX, you can actually do currency pairs. And I've never been an FX person. I hate the FX market myself. I have traded it, but I don't like it. Those guys, their brains are twisted around and backwards and forward and everything like that just because they do really weird pairs like yen, euros, and all this stuff. Anyway, when you have interest rates moving down, you'll usually have the dollar moving down with interest rates. When interest rates move up, you'll have the dollar moving up with interest rates because of investment. When you're looking at, the bond prices, quote unquote, of the euro versus the bond prices of the dollar, then you'll sit there and go, hey, man, I can make more money investing in the dollar because I can get a higher yield off of that. And so when we have the interest rates kind of moving around a little bit, we'll also have the dollar moving around just because of more interest, if you will, in purchasing the dollar than a foreign currency. Well, when dollar goes up, of course, that's going to affect a lot of things. It will take less dollars to purchase something. And so when the dollar is moving higher, a lot of times you'll see the commodities pull back. Oil comes down, you'll see, the grains come down. Now there's going to be other outside factors, weather and all that stuff that affects those, some of those things. But you'll see a lot of those things pull down when that one's going up. But when the dollar is weakening up, well, then it's going to take more dollars to purchase something. And therefore, you'll see inflated prices. But also, people try to run into safety as well. So you'll see the gold, silver, and those things moving up as the dollar pulls down. So there's that game between them, and also based off the interest rates. So when you saw the dollar here jump up, that's when gold slapped down, silver slapped down. I mean, silver was at what was $120 an ounce, and it went all the way down to $70 an ounce. Gold was up at 5,600, went down and tested 5,000. Blah 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 blah. You get all of that, and so you'll see when the interest rates and everything like that. Of course, war. Uh, we just know everything's going to change because of the war fear and everything like that. So you can, kind of see everything selling off at one time when everybody gets scared of something. They'll use the one asset they're making a ton of money on to offset the other assets that they're getting slapped on. And you'll see a lot of that happening in an initial sell off. And that's what we saw last week when everything just dumped. And everybody's like, whoa, what is going up besides nothing? And that's exactly what was happening. People were getting into that panic selling, but eventually they chill out and go, okay, is this really where things need to be? And then they'll, get some logic back into it and everything starts moving back to where it was. So, but the UUP, a lot of people, the dollar index is actually traded at the ICE. And a lot of people don't trade ICE products because the ICE is stupid and they keep just the exchange rate for looking at data is outrageous. I mean, anything you go into Think or Swim and type it in there, you can see every futures market except anything at the ICE. You won't see coffee and cotton and cocoa and sugar and the dollar index and so on and so forth. And in fact, it got so bad, the Russell traded over there also, and everybody was really hacked off that they couldn't trade the Russell index. So the CME got the Russell away from them. And so now the Russell's over on the CME now. So you run into that kind of stuff. So instead of watching the dollar index, you can watch this UUP to kind of see what the dollar's doing versus everything else. Another thing you can do, you can go to either barchart.com or investing.com. Now, I like investing.com and looking at the dollar just because it's kind of a live quote. So you can see the dollar index right there. If you go to the economic calendar at, here, let me just show it to you if you want to see it real quick.
Yeah, take the screen.
Yeah. Do.
Show us what you got, Jeff.
Jan, I'll get to that question in a second, my man.
But here's investing.com. If you just go to their economic calendar over here on the right side, you'll notice there's a little indices and commodities and bonds and stocks and stuff like that. Well, it defaults to the indices. You can see at the very, very bottom down here is called the dollar index. See that? Of course, here's your S&P 500 VIX, and here's your NASDAQ, S&P 500 Dow, so on and so forth. So you can just kind of check this out. If you click on it, you can get a chart. But they just keep the big commodities, the big indices, and here's gold, silver, copper, soybeans. Of course, look at bonds. Here's all your bonds and stuff like that. So, but it's just a real quick look. But not only that, you can look at the economic calendar for the week or for the day or whatever you want to. And they also have earnings here. If you look up here, you can look at holidays or earnings or dividends or splits or whatever it is. So it's a cool little site and it's free. So it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
The only thing that's irritating about this site is if you don't sign up and get a free account, it doesn't cost you a dime. You notice mine up here says my name. But if you don't get a free account, when you set these filters, show filters, what these filters do is they'll actually, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? There we go. You got to click on it. There we go. But notice the countries here. There's a lot of countries in the world, if you haven't noticed that before in life. And you can get news from every single one of those countries. So you got to, just put the ones on here that you want and take the other ones off. But if you don't have an account, it won't save it. So the next time you come here, you got to do the filters again. So if you have an account, it'll save the filters for you. So, but it doesn't cost you a dime and they don't spam you. I'd never get an email from them, which is cool. So you do get a lot of ads on the page, but it's not very irritating. But you can watch that dollar index right there. And it's a really neat site. It's got a lot of great news and stuff like that if you want to see that as well. So, but anyway, there it is.
Yeah, super cool.
And that's just investing.com. And by the way, if you see an article on this site by Jeffrey Smith, it is not me. I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you that right now, and it's spelled the exact same way. I've had people go on there and say, "Hey, you write articles like this?" And I'm like, "No, that's not me." So,
Nice.
yeah, but just beware of that. There is a Jeffrey Smith with my spelling that writes articles on this site, and it's not me. So,
Yeah. Well, good to know. I would have been confused. Um, Shannon's liking that. Yeah, there's a lot of free tools, folks. You know, I that's great. For news, there's a lot of free stuff. X, that's all I use for news. Jeff uses investing and bar chart. Bar chart is good.
yeah.
Um,
Well, and another thing that's kind of cool is just like all these news items, you can actually click on them, like this API weekly crude stocks. You can click on it, and it'll actually tell you exactly who does it and what it's all about. And actually, it'll give you a chart of it and what it's done in the past and everything like that. It's actually kind of a cool site. I mean, if you want to look at the history of it, but you can look at any of those news items, and it'll show that to you. Which is always what I've always gone like, who puts this stupid thing out? You click on it and it'll tell you.
yeah. No, that's sick. I still need to lock down some better news sources, some faster news sources for everything.
So
So I might check around investing. Um,
the
yeah.
one thing that I don't know what's going on here, I might have to look at my filters. But they usually will have the ag news on here as well, because today we had World Agricultural Supply and Demand estimates coming out, which for March, it doesn't do anything to the market. It's trash because you either got stuff planted or in Brazil, or we're not doing anything. We're trying to plant here, and they're not, nobody's doing anything. But at the end of this month, you're going to get prospective plantings and acreage, and you're going to want to pay attention to that because that's going to move all kinds of grains around and stuff like that. But they used to have those on here, and they redesigned their website. It's changed, and I don't see that on here anymore. And it might be up in the filter, so I'll have to go dig through that. I was kind of amazed that it wasn't on there today.
Yeah, well, we should do a session just, solely to like maximizing some of these free tools for people because knowledge is power.
Oh, it is. It is. And
Um,
that's another one. I mean, and I don't know why people don't ever use this one. Roger, if you've ever been with Roger Scott, he uses bar chart all the time. And bar chart's a cool site also. The only reason why I use it, it's a real fast way for me to figure out when the volumes shift from one contract to another. You can just go up here and click on commodity and go, okay, here's crude oil. And it'll show you, and this is what's kind of cool here, and people don't really realize this, but you talk about a contract that people trade long term. Check this out. If you scroll down through here, you will find, now I have a volume over here. This is December of 2029. There's 4,000 contracts traded on that today in crude oil. I mean, that's 3 years out, 3.5 years out.
yeah.
But they trade crude oil long term. And I mean, I mean, over here, here's 2030, and they got 1,700 contracts traded today. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, who's going to buy a 2030 a December 2030 contract? But what I do is I'll come over here and I'll watch these volumes because right around the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, they'll move from April to May. And I can just look at that volume right there and see that shift. You'll see more volume on the May contract than you will the April contract. So then you can just roll your contracts over. So that's why I use it. But they have some cool stuff in here. So,
Yeah, that is cool.
but anyway, but that's good old
I,
Bart.
I need to use more of that. So uh Ample IQ is proving his Ample IQ with coding his own indicators from bar chart.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
hey Sean, you're welcome, man. I'm glad that worked out for us. Um, so before, let's see, we're glad we have a few more minutes here. I want to let me answer Jan's question. Jan, theta decay uh is asking Alec, actually. Maybe I'll change my name to Alec. That sounds like a bougie Wall Street name. Could you explain what theta decay, when theta decay sets in? For instance, do we try to get out of position a week before expiry? Thank you. It depends on the contract. So if you take longer dated ones, like say you take a May 15th one, you really won't have a lot of theta until April did I say May 15th? And so the May 15th is like the May expiration, monthly expiration. You won't have any theta until May 1st. Theta starts kicking in about 15 days on the longer data contracts to expiry. If you take a weekly, it tends to be in the afternoon it starts kicking up more in on Wednesday, but really it starts accelerating. It's logarithmic, it's hockey stick, right? So it's like it goes a little, or I guess it's reverse. It goes little, and then it starts decaying, right? Because theta is decay. It means your option's losing value. So on Thursday afternoon, for weekly contracts, that's when theta will start kicking in on those. For the longer monthly ones, it's usually 15 days ahead of time. And then it accelerates as you get closer to that expiration. So when to buy or sell based on theta, if you're down on Thursday, it's going to take a lot to get back. If you're down, if you're down like 50%, probably not going to work out unless you get a big jump gap up on the if it's a weekly, on Friday.
Hmm.
Um, but there's no hard and fast rule. It depends on what the price is doing. You know, if you're up a lot, you can let it run, later, and beyond a week out. It just kind of depends. But if you're down, really, I worry theta's if you get a big move in a stock, theta won't hurt you that much. It's when you're like hanging around and you're not really moving and you're waiting for a pump or you're waiting for a bigger pump or to the upside or the downside. That's when you really got to get started worrying about theta. Um, but if you're moving and you're solid, like it doesn't the gain will overwhelm the theta. Theta is really if something's not really moving as fast as you would like, that's when you need to worry about it. Um, so uh let's see. And then Danny had a question. CPI, PPI reports coming out. Do you think the markets are going down tomorrow? I don't think they're going to go down on PPI or CPI. I think with a caveat here, I think if they want to go down, they'll use that as an excuse. I think whatever's going to happen is going to happen. If we're there's I don't really think those things move the markets that much, honestly. But there is structural, like everybody will blame it on that as the Clyde is aware of theta decay. Um, so yeah, if PPI comes in negative, or I guess negative news but positive inflation, um, the markets are going to use that as kind of a rationale to sell off. People will be pointing that, oh, the CPI, but I don't think it's ever caused by that. It's just like it's always used as an excuse. But I mean, right now it looks like we're closing below the 100, so I don't think they'll need any excuse to sell off, to be honest. If we do close below the 100 here, it's pretty it's not it's gonna I would say structurally look for puts. Be looking for puts. Because it's gonna be I don't know what the Qs are doing here. It'd be interesting to see what Qs are doing. Qs are still green for the day. So Qs, so Qs are still green for the day, even though SPX is selling off. So we could finish above here. If we do finish above the 100, I think that's going to be solid. We could see another move leg higher tomorrow. The gamma exposure is positive the last time I checked. Um, so yeah, I mean it's going to be hard for SPY to sell off while Qs are pumping, and they're green. Then they're look pretty stable right now, stable above the 100. So we'll see what happens. This is very interesting. This is a little interesting closing session here. We got 30 more minutes to see what happens. In terms of other stocks to trade, silver, it does have a call signal. It is peaking above. I don't hate silver anymore. Right now, to play it again. Should we play it 2 days in a row? I don't know, man. We got these high mix calls. It's some laser company. Um, I don't know. Any interest? We have a few more, we have like 5 more minutes here before we get into talking about the wave. Any tickers you guys want to look at in the chat, open session. Let's see. We can look at them. See if you guys got any ideas for us to trade because you guys are all very intelligent. I like hearing your ideas.
Jack just said Oracle. They have earnings tonight.
They got earnings and they're all expensive.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how Oracle will do. Part of me thinks they're going to do bad because they just lost what OpenAI backed out of their data center. They spent billions to build this data center for OpenAI. They backed out. Meta took it over. So people are saying it's okay, but eh. The reason the OpenAI backed out is they wanted to use different chips, I guess. I think I read that this morning. I get so much information every day, but basically it could be bad for Oracle. So we'll see what they say. Could be great. Um, could be great, could be not, could be a nothing burger. Um, RTX has some calls coming in here. Are we finally getting a rally in bomb stocks?
Well, we should have held on to our puts.
What was that?
Campbell soup. Remember that? The
Oh,
chicken
yeah.
noodle?
Oh, yeah.
Man, they're still selling those things off.
What was the story? What happened with Campbell Soup? The CEO went on a rampage and was like,
Yeah. I think it was the COO that did it. And he went on a rampage saying it wasn't real chicken, it wasn't real soup, it wasn't real anything, it was just trash. Of course, they fired him,
yeah,
but anyway, but they still hadn't. I mean, they got earnings tomorrow morning, is why I was looking at them.
oh, that's
And
fun.
I'm like, wow, that still looks bad. So,
Yeah,
I mean, we've had winter, and you think in winter they would go up because everybody buys soup, right?
you think.
So, but I don't think it's worked out too well for them.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it's hot. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let's see. VRT, Vertiv's looking good, man. Um, Nobody said Circle. Surprised. Vertiv's looking good. Um, where are we at on 260? A bunch of in the money calls coming in on Vertiv. Are there any free rides we can get out of the money stuff? No,
Hmm.
just puts. Puts
VR.
for puts for 262.60. Um, Path on a calendar spread. Sean's taking that. Akamai Technologies. Ooh, looks actually that got a call yesterday, actually. I should have taken that. That's up pretty big. I don't even know what AKM does. See, we got some no flows recently. We got some last week on AKM. A lot of puts, man. Wow, the call to put ratio. And I'm just gonna steal a screen from you, Jeff, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So there's a lot of calls on the circle.
there's a lot of calls on Circle. It's been up so much, and we already got like 100%, but maybe we just use that to fund like another trade, see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
This call to put ratio, actually, this is the lowest I think I've seen it in recent memory. Usually it's at least over one, which means, or at least it's one, which means it's even, but there's way more puts today. Um, Ooh, some cruise line puts. Interesting. Can Circle keep on going?
I don't know, it's been kind of volatile.
I mean, yeah, in one direction. Look at that. That is crazy.
Oh man, it's up 118 today.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I bought a 104, 109 call spread,
Oh, you did?
and I'm still in it. And man, when I bought it, we were uh I guess we were right around 101, 100 or something like that. And so I thought, well, we'll just see what this thing does. It immediately shoots up to like 112 and then it dumped. It went back to
Circle?
100. And I was just like, oh man, this is not good. And then
Yeah.
it just turned right back around again.
Yeah, well, you're looking hot.
Yeah. So looking good now.
Oh man. Can it
But
keep on?
I'm
I
in
guess
for some more circle. I mean, I mean, it can easily looks like
I
it can go
know.
to like 126 or something like that.
It's got plenty of room to run.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is a huge order out of the money too. 130 for 417.
Oh yeah. Let's go see what those cost. CR.
You usually don't see orders that big on the Alpha Flow for like out of the money calls. Woo! Okay, that got repriced. That's cray cray.
Oh, wow.
That's a
Uh,
lot, man.
yeah, you'd have to do like the 200s just to get it down to $1. Woo.
Yeah, that's pretty heady. I mean, maybe we could go. Hmm. You go farther out, it's just the delta's not great. It's gonna have to move a lot, which it has been. I was thinking about Circle earlier this morning though. I was like, it's been up such a run. Like maybe it's good to play puts. And there were some, I don't know. Let's see if there's any puts on Circle. This is a big order though. Come on, bro. Load. I swear Alpha Flows works. But it's been a little glitchy today, hasn't it? There you go.
Well, this morning on the free ride, you had a bunch of 104, well, some 104 puts. There's 110, 104, 110.
What was the date? March 20th?
March 3rd, yeah, March 20. And then there's some that are March 27. But even those are expensive.
Yeah, that's because Circle's been moving so much.
I mean, the
We
110,
we
yeah, the
traded for
one,
like 200, I think. We got in before the big IV jumps.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's really expensive. I don't know, folks. I don't know about Circle.
yeah, maybe
No.
pass on that.
Free ride call on ASTS. Oh, dang, dude. Is that the one that are those the ones we traded, Captain Smith? That I sent out? I forget which ones. What did we trade on Circle? No, we traded the 80s. That must have been a different one. Wow, did we really trade the 80s on Circle? That's crazy. And those were out of the money.
Yeah, I mean, we did circle in here. I don't know, it's been a couple of months ago or last month or
Yeah,
maybe
last month.
January.
February. No, it was February 25th.
Oh, wow.
We closed out. Wait, is that true? Did we really get 355 to 1315 in a day per contract? Jeez Louise, man.
And I think Blake held on to his circle stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Dang.
I just do my thing.
Good job. Good job, man. Um, well, this is a call from the wave indicator. That was printed out in Circle. So this is the wave indicator. Now I've turned this into a software, so you don't have to actually search for any of these tickers every day. You want to go ahead and teach people how that works, Blake?
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to. This
I
is a
love the
good one.
enthusiasm.
Oh yeah,
I love the background too. It looks you got a fly fisher in the background.
I do. I
That's
do.
me back
That's
there.
Jeff back there. He's
Nice.
fishing.
Oh, Jeff, did you get? Are you a fisher?
Oh, I love fly fishing.
Dude, we went to Key West, not fly fishing. We did kite fishing or sail
Ah,
fishing or